Hello everyone, my name is Brijesh Chowta and we would like to welcome you all to the Edcell of Sahyadri College of Engineering and Management, and we would also like to welcome to the first episode of Entrepreneurship Development. And here we have with us Captain and a great leader and entrepreneur, Mr. Brijesh Chowta. Hello sir.
Thank you.
We have a few set of questions. We would like to tell our audience how you have been in your back in days, college days, then to your entrepreneurship journey, and share your leadership skills to our audience. So let's have the first question, sir. Can you describe your upbringing, including where you were born and how you were raised from your college days to till your here?
Firstly, thanks a lot for inviting and letting me have a conversation with young minds like you all. I was born in this place only, a little 20-25 kilometers from here, a place called Faragipet. So I did my schooling and college in Mangalore. So I did my schooling in Milagas PU College till 10th standard. Thereafter, the PU and my graduation I did in St. Aloysius College. So after graduation, I wrote the Combined Defence Service Examination, which is conducted by UPSC, and I joined the Indian Army. So I served in Indian Army for around 9 years. Thereafter, after completing the short service commission in the Army, I did an executive management course from Indian Institute of Management, Indore. So thereafter, after leaving that, once I came back to Mangalore after this journey in the Army and the management course, I did work in a corporate setup. It was called, there's a company called Indus Towers. They were into telecom infrastructure management. That was the time when major telecom giants like Edcell, Idea and Vodafone joined together to run their infrastructure management. In telecom, what happens is, one is the retail sales and other things. Another thing is the operational side of it. So the operational side of it, these three companies joined together and formed a company called Indus Towers. So I was heading the operations for 7 to 8 months. Then thought I'll come back to Mangalore, and we started a small setup where we started manufacturing and trading commercial kitchen equipments. So we started a small firm called Olive Kitchen Equipments. So it's basically a fabrication sort of a unit. So we started it by scratch. So it's all been an interesting journey from then till now. And I'm also involved in social activities and other things.
So everyone has their family impact on them. Like how your family impacted on your from education, from supporting you to going to military and till here, how your family has major impact on you?
Naturally, we Indians are very family oriented and live in a societal setup. So your upbringing, your dreams, aspirations, your journey in life, your achievements in life, it all has a root to your family because it is their support, it is their cultural orientation which they give you, drives you to do something in life. And another added advantage is having been around the country, having visited different places of the country. I must say that Mangalore is a very dynamic place when it comes to cultural orientation, when it comes to entrepreneurial mindset, when it comes to family values. So probably I am blessed that way to be born in this part of the country. So being a Mangalorean, being from Dakshina Kannada, has also given me this push to probably see various aspects of life, being in the army, then doing a management course, then working in a corporate setup, then doing some small sort of entrepreneurship, which is probably in our blood.
Has there been any noteworthy incident that has influenced your entrepreneurship journey? Like, is there any incidents which made you to get into entrepreneurship or leadership? You have to do it.
No, to be honest, no. Entrepreneurship is being like for your bread and butter, basically.
Someone will influence you, like, motivated you to do that?
No, not really. To be honest, I always wanted to be an army man. I wanted to join the army, do something there. So right from my maybe after 10th standard, they were just thinking about army. That's the only thing which I had in my life. So I did a short service commission. I wanted to come back and get involved in social activities. I was more interested once I served in the army. I was more interested into policy making, administration, and other things. So I thought I'll get into social activities, get into some sort of politicking, some sort of political activism and other things. That's how I got into politics and a little bit of social activities. Entrepreneurship, obviously you need to have a life of yours. You need to do something on your own. And when you are in social activism and political activism, it's hard to find a job and work somewhere and do something. And as I told you earlier, being a Mangalorean, being from this part of the country, entrepreneurship is in our blood. Unfortunately, probably we need to rekindle that thing. Off late, it's a sad story. Last 20 years, while our ancestors in 70s, 80s, in a not a very favorable environment in 70s, 80s, when starting a business, being an entrepreneur was very challenging. Funds were hard to come, banks were not supporting, the ecosystem was not very friendly. Our people from this part of the world, this part of the country, went around the world and did businesses. And did very successful businesses. You go to Mumbai, major businessmen are from Bangalore. You go to Bangalore, major businessmen are from. You go any part of the country, you will find a Mangalorean doing some business. But last 20 years, probably we have been job seekers than job givers. So it's time to start that entrepreneurship spirit again in Bangalore. We have everything, just that we need to rekindle that spirit.
Hello sir, my name is Uttam. So I want to know is that did you have any role model or like a mentor who influenced you to join army or start an entrepreneur business?
No, obviously, I mean, you have many mentors in life, many role models in life. My mother was my biggest role model probably. There were times when my mother used to go to school walking all the way. I mean, everybody's mother would have walked 7 to 8 kilometers, 10 kilometers. We come from a very ordinary, humble background. So they gave me the best of the education with the aspiration that their son will do well, their son will prosper in life. These are the aspirations. So definitely your mother is your first big role model. You want to prove her that your son is worth the salt. So she's the biggest role model. And thereafter, once you start your journey as a youngster, you will find different role models in life. Since I had this inclination towards joining army, I always, when I saw anybody in uniform, it suddenly gave me goosebumps. So Sam Manekshaw, Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw, I happened to read a book of Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw when I joined NCC in 8th standard. I joined NCC. So 10, I happened to read a short story about Sam Manekshaw. So Sam Manekshaw was the biggest inspiration of my life. He was, I urge all youngsters to read his life. He's such a person. He comes from a very small community, the Parsi community. Went on to lead the Indian Army and lead the Indian Army in 1971 war. 1971 war, one must understand, we Indians sometimes discredit our achievements. 1971 war is probably, if not the biggest victory, definitely one of the biggest victory in world military histories. 91,000 Pakistani soldiers literally surrendered to the Indian Army, and that was a battle we fought in our Eastern Front, and the Bangladesh was liberated then. So Sam Manekshaw was the architect of that victory. So he was one big role model. And APJ Abdul Kalam, when we were in college, that was 99, 2004, that was when APJ Abdul Kalam's name started, we started hearing about him. He happened to be India's president. He was one who told youngsters of that generation to start dreaming, because you need to dream. You need to dream to do something. There's nothing wrong in dreaming, and daydreaming is the best thing to do, I believe. Because thoughts manifest into action. They are, like our Prime Minister always says, he says, Sankalp se siddhi. It is your thoughts which manifest into action. You need to think something to do something. So these are three big role models of my life. And if you take mentors, there have been multiple mentors. I mean, I've been blessed that I've had mentors in my teachers in school, my teachers in college, my seniors in the army, commanding officers in the unit were still in touch with me. Probably they feel that they believe in me more than I believe in myself. So I've had multiple mentors in life. Mentors, and you just have to seek to get a mentor, they say. So mentors, yeah, I have multiple mentors, but these three role models and mentors, I mean, whatever I am today, it's because of them.
So the another question is like, how do you maintain your work and work-life balance? How do you maintain
That's not a hard thing to do, I believe. That's I involve myself more in social activism and politics these days. So I run my business along with a cousin of mine. He runs the operations part of it. We sit once in at least 2-3 times a week where we discuss strategies, how to progress our business and other things. But otherwise, he supports me a lot, so that I get enough time to go around, meet people, visit different parts of the district and other things. So that way I've been blessed. I have the best people around me probably.
My name is Vasudeva. As you said, business and entrepreneurship is in our blood. So what encouraged you to start your own business?
I probably answered that question. I said it's for the bread and butter. Because my first priority is social activity. But otherwise, entrepreneurship is an exciting journey. I mean, anybody, all youngsters, I keep telling them, today in 2023, it's not hard to start a business. While before 90s, it was hard to start a business. Permissions were difficult, funds were difficult. We didn't have enough skilled labor. We didn't know how to skill a labor also. But today, running a business is all about thinking. It's about having an idea and then nurturing that idea into a business. Finding people's problems, identifying people's problems and finding a solution to that. And how effective you provide a solution is what makes a business. Any business will sustain. I've told a lot of my friends, a lot of them give up. 3 months, 6 months. If your business is not doing well, it is because you are not setting the processes in order. You are not having the right temperament to have the business. You are not choosing the right people to run the business. Any business will succeed because in India today, the market is so huge. Everybody has got a space in it. And especially, I keep reiterating this fact. When I say it's in our blood, it is not literally the biological thing what I'm trying to say. It's because we are blessed because of a lot of other things. It's because we have people around us who have run successful businesses. We have people in our family who run business. We have people around us who have run businesses. So this is what will inspire us, isn't it? We need to talk to them. We need to understand it. We need to look around keenly. So in that sense, Mangaloreans are blessed. Mangaloreans are also blessed because we are culturally very rooted. We are culturally very rooted. We are a very progressive society. Even in our societal values, if you see, we have let go a lot of bad things which our society had long back, much before laws came into place. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So in that sense, we are blessed. We are also blessed because we have a big coastline and we are opened up to the world much before a lot of other people were opened up to the world. So in every sense, we are blessed. We are educated. Our families, if you see families of Dakshina Kannada, every mother wants his or her child to have a good education. This is the best thing you can ever get. I mean, we are all knowledge seekers. Our parents want us to do well in life. They will push you to get the best of the education. And because of this, we have the best of the colleges in coastal Karnataka. Not many places will you find 7 medical colleges and I don't even know how many engineering colleges. There are more than 20, I believe. There are so many management institutions. You see the kinds of names which are alumnus of this area. The person who is heading Google is studied here. The person who is the IT minister is an alumnus of Manipur. There are so many who have done it. It's a small place. You need to understand. Indian politics and Indian economy never ran from Mangalore. It ran from the north of India. Yet Mangalore is a very cosmopolitan. It's a very progressive sort of a society. So naturally, business will come into our blood. If not, it is in the blood.
As we all know, you are a leader. Means your leadership or your leadership style. How would you help you in success in profession or your social activities?
Leadership is something. There's always a debate. where people say that leaders are born or leaders are made. So it's a very fierce debate a lot of places. People say leaders are born, some people say leaders are made. As I said, my role model is Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw. You should listen to one of his speech where he says he does not know whether leaders are born, but he says definitely leaders can be made. I don't know whether I'm a born leader, but I want to be a leader, so probably leaders can be made. I believe in his philosophy. There are certain mantras you need to, again, his own words, he has given certain mantras through which you can be a leader. You have to consciously follow certain things. In army we say you can't demand respect, you should command respect. So any field, for example, you are a student, if people in your class has to look up to you, if that is what is called as leader, you need to have certain values in you. If tomorrow you become, you head a FMCG company for a region, you need to understand your product so well that people down there respect you. So the first thing a leader needs to have is knowledge in his domain. They say professional knowledge and professional competence. Like his words, if I take, he says professional knowledge and professional competence. Till the time you have professional knowledge and you're constantly seeking professional knowledge, you will never get professional competence. How will you get? A good mechanic can become a mechanic if he knows the job well. So what all youngsters should do is, any profession they pick up or any leadership position they pick up, you're all management graduates, tomorrow once you go into, you'll start with the managerial position. Don't think it as a manager, you are a leader, a manager is a leader. So you gain that professional knowledge, naturally competence comes in and people will start respecting you. There are certain other values which you need to learn, having a very impartial sort of in Kannada they say, Trayastha Manobhava they say, dispassionately treating things, having a impartial sort of an attitude. Leader needs these things. Leader also needs to have the ability to take decisions. There are a lot of people, what they do is, they will keep sleeping on things. So it will impact the whole organization, it will impact the whole process. You need to take decisions and then own up that decision. So these are few of the qualities which a leader needs. But the first and foremost, what I say is the professional knowledge and competence. You gain this, rest everything will fall in place. Because your values are inculcated in your family. Your values are inculcated in your thing. But this one thing is the most important thing, and the first few years of your life, in any field you get into, consciously make an effort to seek knowledge. Because without that, nobody will respect you. You might think just because you're in your position, people might come and say, gee, so that's a different story altogether. But leadership's first important skill is having professional knowledge and competence. Probably that is one thing I consciously try to do in anywhere I go. And it needs to be a honest effort. In leadership, another important quality which you need is honesty. When you approach anything, you need to do a honest effort. It shouldn't be just for the heck of it, they say, no? So once people see honesty, people see professional knowledge in you, people see competence in you, people see that you are impartial, people see that you have values which are rooted, they will naturally respect you and you will be a leader.
Hello sir, my name is Akash. So my question is that, can you talk about your achievements of a business concern?
I run a very small business, to be honest with you. I don't know, I don't have very noteworthy achievements at least I don't consider any noteworthy. I am today financially comfortable to lead a life, to meet my aspirations. Probably if that is achievement, then it's achievement. Through my business, I am successful to give jobs to around 20-25 people. But to be honest, that's not, as an entrepreneur, I've really not put in my time there. So I do not have any noteworthy achievements to state about my business.
So we see that people nowadays face criticism. So my question is that how do you face the criticism or any unfavorable comments that have impacted your work?
No, when you are with people and when you deal with people, when you aspire to be something among the people, criticism is part of life. Rather than saying you need to be thick-skinned, you need to accept this reality. And it's about how you see a thing. You cannot expect everybody to praise you. But if everybody is praising you, that means there's something wrong in you. So criticism is, you need to take it in the right spirit. And one thing is, there's certain things army teaches you very subliminally. In army, what happens is a lot of things you do without realizing what you're doing. They will inculcate certain values, certain life principles naturally. So criticism is one such thing. I mean, you are strong enough inside to take these things, and accepting or not accepting is a different issue. But at least you can take criticism in the right spirit.
Hello sir, my name is Tushar. Sir, any advice you want to give to the students or someone who want to go to business or some other field?
I urge all youngsters to be an entrepreneur, especially when you are blessed with the best of the education. Today India needs entrepreneurs. Today India needs people who give job. We are in such a position in this world today. In 2023, we have celebrated our 75th year. It's only going to be upward swing henceforth. I tell a lot of youngsters that we are a very youthful country. We are around 60% youngsters at the age of below 30 days. If you take 65%, around 35. So imagine the market we are in. You are all management students, so you need to understand the market is the first thing probably Philip Kotler comes and says. So imagine the market we are in. And if we mess up, it's only our fault. We are definitely going to be the biggest market economy very soon. Who will run that market is the question. Now, do we let the foreign companies to come and foreign companies, foreign countries, foreign products to run our market is our question. We need to, as management people, as somebody who's understand market, somebody who's understand economy, we need to position ourselves so that we capitalize on this market and indirectly contribute to India's Amrit Kal. Because that is what is going to sustain for years together. If we let everything run by others, there's no point. We'll only be. So we need to run this market. So we need to identify businesses where we can provide solutions. This size of the market itself will allow you to do a lot of businesses. You take IT. Where is our reach? We've not even reached anything. Imagine the scope there in IT. Imagine the scope in FMCG. Imagine the scope in hospitality. Imagine the scope in tourism. Multiple sectors. You take any sector, we have scope, opportunity. We have opportunity. And it is about grabbing that opportunity. It is about thinking in the right direction. It is about finding right mentors. Having right mentors is very important because their experience will naturally help you have good businesses. So entrepreneurship is very, very important in the interest of the nation, not just in our interest. It is in the interest of the nation. If we run this next 25 years, and it's all on the youth, it's not on the oldies, it's the youngsters who have to do it. If we run the next 25 years properly, it's going to be India's century, not just going to be next 25 years. Next 100 years is going to be India. And if we do it in the right spirit, if we rekindle that entrepreneurship spirit in us, we are going to rule the world. In the real sense, I'm telling you. We are going to rule the world. And being from Bangalore, we have a bigger role, let's say. Because I don't know how many of you have been to different places of the country. A lot of people are not blessed as much as we are. We are blessed in many ways. So our ancestors have done it. In 70s, 80s, going and setting up a hotel in Mumbai was a big thing. Today, we can do a lot of other things. Today, the banks support very easily. Today, the colleges, like for example, Sahyadri college, they're having entrepreneurship development cell itself. Imagine the college also is thinking in that direction. No? We need to reciprocate and go the right way. So I urge all youngsters, especially from Bangalore, because I believe in this place, I believe in the people of this place. We have it in us. Just that we need to rekindle that. Probably we must thank Sahyadri College that they're having entrepreneurship development cell, and at least making people think like Sankalp. You need to start thinking.